So, there is a snitch among the Philadelphia 76ers. There is a snitch among the team. Who could it be? Who could it be? Is it you, Eric Gordon? Maybe not. Is it you, Paul George? Did you want something for your podcasts? Is it you, Tyrese Maxey? Because of all people, you came out looking the best. Or, it definitely is not you. It's definitely not him. It's definitely not him. He definitely was just recording a TikTok to probably this instrumental in the background. Or, was it you, Joel Embiid? Was it in fact you who was the snitch? Was it you that maybe made yourself look a little bit bad so that you can then call out the snitch and people will forget about your injury history? People will forget about the injuries if they're worried about who the snitch is in the locker room. Was it you? And before we get on to who the real culprit is, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are trying to hit 4.3k by the end of the day. We are 71 off. Thank you guys for 4.1k. Trying to hit 5k by the end of the month. But there are actually official odds on who the snitch is. If we're being honest, there are odds on who the snitch is. So, obviously this is I don't even know why I said this, because it's like, I don't even care where the odds came from. Like, screw gambling. Screw gambling. And do not bet on this. This is the dumbest thing. This is the dumbest thing you can ever do, is bet on this, by the way. If you are ever going to bet on anything, throw money. Just throw money away. Heck, donate it as a super chat. If you're going to gamble on this, please, at least, going into my pocket, like it can, fill up this glass with some water, or it'll, the medication that I'm on for my pneumonia is causing severe heartburn, so it'll pay for my my heartburn medication. If you guys want to throw away money, a super chat would be great. I obviously don't want that, but if you're going to throw away on this, you might as well throw it into my pocket. But, so, Jared McCain plus 2,000. I agree. Man's just chilling. There is no way that Jared McCain is the snitch. Man is just living his best life, balling on everybody, and doing some TikTok dances. I agree. Tyrese Maxey at plus 500. So, Caleb Martin at plus 1,800. It's definitely not Caleb Martin, Kelly Oubre, or Andre Drummond. There's no way they're the snitches, right? Kyle Lowry, I'm not even sure he was there. Was he there? He was. He got mentioned in the meeting. Paul George. Let's talk about Paul George's case for being the snitch and his case against being the snitch. For being the snitch, he got a podcast topic. This man seems to be podcast P right now. He releases more podcast episodes than field goals he has made this season, pretty much. He doesn't seem to really be that crazy about playing basketball anymore, but he seems to be a lot more positive about his podcast anyway. That seems to be his whole thing. And this whole Philadelphia 76ers drama, you know what? If we're not going to win a ring, let's make sure my podcast booms, and let's make sure that it's this is a topic we can talk about. That is the case for. The case against Paul George, he doesn't, this is not the situation for him realistically to snitch on team meetings. He's been in the league 14 years. There were definitely some team meetings he's been on, whether it be on that Clippers team, whether it be on the some of his other teams, well, the Thunder, with Russ, those Pacers teams. There's definitely meetings. If he was to leak something, I think he would leak it himself in the form of a podcast, as in he would bring on a guest. I don't know. Maybe he'd bring on Reggie Jackson in 2 years when they're gone, and they'll talk about this. They'll talk about the team meeting they had in hindsight at the end of his career. I think he's more likely to do that than try to jeopardize his short-term future. So is Paul George the snitch? I would say highly, highly unlikely. Eric Gordon. Reasons for Eric Gordon being second likely to be the snitch. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. For or against Eric Gordon being the snitch. That's the thing. I have absolutely no idea whether or not he's the snitch. I have no idea why he would do it. I have no idea why he wouldn't do it. I would put Eric Gordon in the same breath as, Caleb Martin. Why? What's the point? Eric Gordon right now. Like, why is he second favorite? Like, he's just a dude on the bench. I don't see why he's plus 300 in this. And then, so his motive? None. I don't know. Tyrese Maxey. Well. He's part of Clutch Sports. Clutch Sports, the agency, are kind of known for stuff like this, making sure that other people look bad and their clients look even better. And nobody, I repeat, nobody came out of this situation looking better than Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey came out of this situation looking like the Kobe. He came out of this situation looking like, yeah, Tyrese Maxey, yeah. You know what? Joel Embiid's being lazy. You tell him. You tell him. And Maxey's come out of it looking like the future Kobe. Embiid's the Shaq. He's the Kobe calling out Shaq. Like we saw years ago. We've seen it all those years ago. And it's looking like this situation's happened again, which is a lot of people would say. The case against Tyrese Maxey is that him and Joel Embiid seem to be on good terms. Him and Joel Embiid seem to like each other. They seem to like playing with each other. And realistically, I would say Embiid would have probably looked to get out. I would say Embiid would have looked to have left the Sixers if Tyrese Maxey hadn't developed into the player that he is. Jared McCain. I'm not sure this man even knew there was a meeting. Like, this man probably went after the game, had like 30. And I'd say he's the type of person that has been on TikTok so much, his attention span might not be long enough for him to have comprehended that there was much of a team meeting, and he's probably sitting there in the corner doing TikTok dances. And by the way, that's not a slight on Jared McCain. I love Jared McCain. I love the fact he just doesn't care. I'm such a big fan of Jared McCain. But no, there's almost no way. And then Joel Embiid, who is the odds-on favorite for some reason. There's no way Joel Embiid is the snitch. Like, what? There's absolutely no way. Who's the snitch? I genuinely think somebody made a comment to somebody in passing, or it's like an assistant coach that's pissed off. Just like I'd say it was an assistant coach that didn't like Draymond Green, that just wanted to get rid of him, because it wasn't Steve Kerr. It was probably some like 5th tier assistant coach, the video coordinator, the stat taking intern. It was probably somebody like that was just, you know what, screw this. Or a player was just having conversation and something got to somebody and then it got leaked. There is absolutely zero chance that Joel Embiid leaked this. You have got Eric Gordon, PG, Reggie Jackson, Drummond, Kyle Lowry, all like, and Oubre, this is 10th season. Caleb Martin maybe a bit younger. You've got all these guys who are 10 plus year vets. So is Joel Embiid. This made Joel Embiid look awful. It made Joel Embiid look absolutely awful. It made him look lazy. There is absolutely no way. And I mean it. There is no way in hell that Joel Embiid is a snitch. But like, I don't think any of these guys realistically are a snitch. I don't think anyone's snitched. I think it's either like an assistant coach or somebody just let something just in conversation with someone who accidentally said it to someone who said it to someone that they probably shouldn't have. That's realistically what happened. If we're being honest, that's the most likely scenario, is just in life, someone said something to the wrong person, who then said something to the wrong person, who then said something to the wrong person, and all of a sudden, it's Chinese whispers and word gets out about the meeting. Like, that's probably what happened. But this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen odds on in my life. And I'm telling you guys, this is one of the dumbest things you can ever bet on. If you're going to waste money betting on this, maybe waste money posting a super chat, because, you know, instead of giving the bookies money for a bet that you're guaranteed to lose, because almost certainly none of these guys, at least put the money in Mick's pocket or something. I don't advise you to do either, by the way. I don't advise you guys to do either one of those two. But if you're going to do one of the two, I think the latter's better, I guess.